I would argue that learning to code, knowing how to code is going to be as important as knowing how to read, just given the trajectory that we're following right now with tech and the, the prevalence of tech, not only in our lives, but in the work that we do. So I feel like a lot of it is taken for granted because even if you work in fast food, you're using software, you're using technology. Even if you work in retail, even if you're working, so many other, I won't call them unskilled, but they are, often labeled as unskilled labor. They are having to become more and more acquainted with tech.
Yep.
And so it's just, like I said, there was a really interesting Wired article a few years ago that was saying, will coding become the next blue collar career? And they were making the argument that, like I said, coding could be tantamount to knowing how to read. And it's something that should be taught in schools. It should be curriculum in schools, just like, and taught as a vocation, not just as, it shouldn't be something that's only available to a few people, like people who can afford to go to a boot camp or people who can afford to go to a 4-year university. It should be something that's taught to everybody. And it's something that people should know, like reading and writing, the 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic, and, it should be part of that knowledge bank. So other than taking the approach of it will make you a more viable laborer, I think it's an important skill to approach because it's teaching you, or it's reinforcing, logic and problem solving.
Yep.
And I mean, essentially when you're a developer, when you build things, when you design things, that's what you're doing. You're solving problems. You're trying to, take something that's broken and trying to fix it, or you're trying to take something that is static and trying to make it dynamic. So it's very important, just for, critical thinking, logical thinking, and what else did I say? Problem solving.
No, you got
it. So, because you can apply that in any other, you can apply that across the board.